When the United States and Israel began striking Iran in February, a worst-case scenario was set in motion for countries in the Gulf Cooperation Council. Iran's retaliation pulled every GCC state into the war. Targets included Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, home to U.S. Central Command, Ali Al Salim Air Base in Kuwait, and Al Dhafra Air Base in the UAE, hosting U.S. Air Expeditionary Wings, and the U.S. Fifth Fleet Naval Headquarters in Bahrain. The list goes on. Airspace closures caused widespread disruptions to international travel, with multiple attacks on transit hubs.
Ya Allah, straight to the airport. Oh my God.
Dubai International Airport was repeatedly targeted at the beginning of the war, and attacks on Kuwait's International Airport in June, in the midst of a ceasefire, caused major damage to the main international terminal. Oman, traditionally an intermediary between the U.S. and Iran, was not spared. Iranian drones targeted fuel depots in the ports of Duqm and Salalah, as well as the Sohar industrial zone. Iran also attacked oil tankers off Oman's coast, seemingly an attempt to prevent ships from going around its blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. For years, Tehran had warned it would turn any war on its territory into a wider conflict to pressure U.S. allies in the region and raise the cost of the conflict for all. Iranian attacks killed at least 28 people across the GCC, strikes and debris fall injuring hundreds, the worst of it in the UAE. The cost of construction and lost revenue to the GCC is estimated to be in the tens of billions of dollars. One report from the UN Development Program suggested the overall hit to Arab and Gulf economies impacted by the war could be as high as $194 billion just in the first month. Iran expanded the battlefield beyond its borders, unraveling years of diplomacy with its Gulf neighbors. They condemned Iranian attacks as a violation of international law, some severing ties, downgrading relations, and expelling diplomats. But it was a strategy Tehran argued was necessary for its survival. For Gulf leaders, the war exposed a hard reality. Even close security ties with Washington could not insulate them from a conflict they did not choose. A major strike on Qatar's Ras Laffan gas plant in March followed an Israeli attack on Iran's South Pars gas field, one of several moments that shattered confidence in the Gulf's security architecture and the safety of global energy supplies.
A regional dialogue is needed as part of the negotiation that will take place post the signing of the MOU, in order to re-establish trust between both sides, in order to find a solution to the fact that threat perception has changed in the region after this war.
The reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, a vital artery for global trade and a lifeline for Gulf economies, has offered a welcome shift. But the economic consequences of the conflict are likely to endure. Rebuilding damaged infrastructure and restoring investor confidence across the region could take years. Yet public statements from Gulf leaders suggest the GCC will not isolate Iran. Instead, Gulf capitals appear to be betting that dialogue, however strained, offers a better guarantee of security than confrontation.
Iran and its Gulf neighbors remain bound to one another by a shared waterway, shared markets, and as this war has shown, shared security. The fighting may be over for now, and trust that was built over years of Gulf-Iran diplomacy, that may be slow to recover. But it is their shared geography. That is something that means coexistence is perhaps the best and only path forward. Zein, Basravi, Al Jazeera, Doha.